I'm just going to be honest with you about how a studio works, and I'll tell you what, cleaning a wheel after every time you use it, absolutely not. My wheel is a real mess from all the trimming that I did yesterday, so just want to apologize in advance. Let's get going. Trim this butt. Hey folks, it's Lily here from Mae Ceramics, and today in the studio we are trimming coffee drippers, which I made the other day. If you didn't see that video, check wherever the little box is popping up to see how I threw this guy. But it has now been a couple of days since I threw it, and we have a lovely leather hard coffee dripper. We need to finish it off, so what I will be doing is trimming it, and we will get it looking something like this. Obviously this is one I have prepared earlier. I did this yesterday and I saved some to show you. It's quite nice to show you the before and after, still in this leather hard stage. Let's get started. I have my wheel set up here with, I've just got some water, some sponges and my trimming tools. Here they are, a little teddy cup that I made a little while ago. And I'm gonna flip the camera down in a moment, and you're gonna see that my wheel is a real mess from all the trimming that I did yesterday. So just want to apologize in advance, and also say I was gonna clean it up for you, but I thought I'm just gonna be honest with you about how a studio works, and I'll tell you what, cleaning a wheel after every time you use it, maybe the reality for some people, but for me it's absolutely not. If I have stuff that I'm trimming over 2 days, then I definitely don't clean the wheel. So you're gonna see a nice lot of trimmings here and a messy old wheel. So let's get going. Trim this butt. So on this side we have all my stuff. Some stuff has been trimmed and it needs handles still, and some stuff is like this guy waiting to be trimmed. We have all the trimmings here around the wheel. This stuff can all be recycled. I'll do a video on reclaiming clay at some point. I've got a ruler here which I need sometimes, got a pair of calipers which I need, a little pair of calipers, and a stamp. So let's go. You know what, I'm gonna clean the wheel head because it's distracting. Right, so I have dampened the wheel head just a little bit, and because this guy is leather hard, it is going to stick down to the wheel. So I like to sort of swish it around a bit. You can do it with the wheel on as well. And that kind of creates a bit of slip and a bit of a suction going on under the cup, and it attaches it. So I like to sort of line it up with these lines that are already on the wheel to get it centered. This is pretty much centered now. Maybe it's gonna go a little bit this way. It's pretty good. Okay, so I like to just tap it down and then get my wooden knife tool and run that around the rim. And that just really seals the pot to the wheel head. I'm gonna start with a sponge. Just gonna sponge the whole thing down. You can see that it's a little bit wobbly, and this is just probably because I took it off the bat a little bit too early. The rim was drying and I wanted this to dry evenly, so I took it off and I may have sort of just knocked it a little bit. I don't mind, I can deal with that, but that's why you can see it's wobbling a wee bit. Right, now I'm gonna go in with this guy, and I'm just gonna flatten the base. And then I've got my little calipers, and they are set up to the right measurement that I need them for marking the inner foot ring. So I don't know if you can see from where you are, but there's a little line here now, and that's where I need to trim to. And then these big guys, I'm going to do the same thing. And if this was wider, this would mark where I need to trim to, but I have thrown it to the exact right width, so I don't need to trim any of the sides. I might just trim a little bit to tidy it up, and that's all. So now I'm going to go in with this tool. It's just a double-ended loop tool. I'm going to use this side to begin with to really establish that trimming line, and then I'm going to do one here as well, which is the outer side of the foot ring. And then we're just going to trim away some of this excess clay in here on the inside of the foot ring and on the outside of the foot ring. I am left-handed, which is why I'm holding the tool in my left hand, but I throw right-handed, so the wheel is going anti-clockwise. So I'm holding my tool at about, I don't know, 4 o'clock if this was a clock. And for some reason when I use this tool, I can use it with my right hand, but this guy, the more detailed stuff, I have to hold it with my left hand. So just notice that as I'm throwing. If you are left-handed, you may be doing it the same way, or you might have reversed the wheel so it's going clockwise. But for me, I learnt going this way, and now I can't unteach myself. So that's why it might look a little bit weird. So now that I have done the main kind of part of trimming that I need to do, it's all tidy, I'm just going to finish it off. So here on the foot ring, it's a little bit messy, and around this edge as well, and then I'm going to double check that down here doesn't need any kind of detail work as well. So under here is fine. I am not gonna touch it with my tool because I often feel like I try and make everything just perfect, but it ends up making it worse. I like to spend quite a lot of time on this kind of corner part when I'm throwing so that I don't have to mess with it too much. But if this is kind of a little bit messy, sometimes I will go in just with the kind of square edge of my double-ended loop tool. Now I am going to sponge it off, and then I'm going to make the hole in here for the coffee to drip through. So again, I'm just using the same tool here. I'm going to use the loop side now, and I'm just going to go kind of down this plumb line this center part of the pot, and it's going to just carve a little hole out for me. Just going to tidy that up a little bit. Might thin it out a little bit more because it's quite a thick base here. And there we go. Now the last step is to use my pin tool, and I'm just going to stab a little hole through this outer area of the base. I like to open it up quite nicely so that no glaze gets stuck in here. And I'm going to stamp my little stamp. So the reason that I stabbed this little hole here is because it allows for the air to go out of the cup or the pot that you're brewing the coffee in as the liquid goes in. So if the liquid is filling it up, then the air needs to escape somewhere, and often it will just kind of bubble around the side of the cup. So this little air hole helps the air to escape. And then we just take it off the wheel. We're gonna spend a little bit of time now just fixing the inside here. It's a little bit messy, and the rim, which you can see is also a little bit messy. So I'm just going to do that with my sponge. And there we go. So this part here I will clean up when the clay is dry so that I don't sort of squish the clay back into this hole. So that's it from the throwing stage to the trimming stage. It now will dry for a couple of days. I'm going to let it dry over the weekend, and then it will go into the kiln for a bisque firing to 950 degrees Celsius, and then it will go back into the kiln again after it's been glazed, and it will go up to 1265 degrees, which is hot. And then we're going to have a beautiful coffee dripper ready to drink a coffee from, which is truly the dream. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go make a coffee with a already made coffee dripper, and I'm going to have a really good day. And I hope you have a good day too. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or general comments, or I don't know, other things you want to say to me. I guess that's a comment. Comment below if you have some specific video that you want me to make. And make sure you like and subscribe. Share it with a pal who likes pottery as well. I don't know. Do you have friends who like pottery? They might want to watch this video, who knows? Check me out on Instagram, where I'm a lot more active. I hang out there a lot more. I'm at Mae Ceramics, and I'll see you again soon for some more pottery content. Ciao!